said that Brooklyn needed a little balance, I think we found it. The chains niggas pitching, we found it all in the fountain. To the top we mountain, at the top we bigger than mountains. Take your shit, we bouncing. Ain't no making no damn announcement. Said I gotta get it, gotta have it, don't you forget it. Steady representing, it's a habit, I never quit it. Got a lot of carrots and snow bunnies, never committed. Watch me murder this. Track record got me acquitted. Ain't a situation I can't handle. I'm Kyrie. We flatten the earth from birth. Niggas won't try me. Know that jungle be concrete. Money on your head, on see. Any day I perform, play, I can hit it beyond 3. I'm cold. Show you what I'm about, motherfuck the clout. Niggas was in the drought, we had to change the route. I'm feeling like LL, you know I'm in the house. And I'm used to invading shit, I'm probably in the spout.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Brooklyn's Balance. Y'all said y'all needed a little balance, so we back to give that back to you. Today, at the table, yet again, is me, Miss Meekz. We have Mo, we have Miss Kimmy, and we have Coach Rod at the table. Today we want to get into something that we are very proud about. And when I tell you, Kimmy is very proud. She's going to say loud. She's black and she's proud. Go ahead, Miss Kimmy.
All right, y'all. So let's jump right into it. I was on Netflix and stumbled upon 2 shows that I actually quite enjoy. One that was getting a lot of flack, Black as Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And another one, the Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes, that hair.
Yes.
Which I didn't see any of. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
So he's not that
together.
I didn't see Madam CJ.
Don't take my card. Just said please.
I seen the episode of Black as Fuck.
Okay,
It was in.
So on this one that I relate to more, I definitely relate to the Madam CJ one more. Not because like I relate to that character in particular, but in the show, it's a lot about, biracial against, pure black going on in that show. And me being a mixed, light-skinned black woman, I was just like kind of horrified watching it, to be honest.
You had nightmares?
No.
I'm black.
No, for real. Watching it got me feeling crazy because it's like, okay, even in the first episode, Shorty, Madam C.J. Walker losing her hair, and then this biracial woman approaches her like, yo, I can fix your hair if you do my laundry, and then.
But it was a savior thing for me when I saw it. It was like a white savior.
Yeah, it was like a white savior.
And then it was like she wasn't white. She was just
so it was like a
light
white
skin. She was light. She was very,
The
very
white
light.
She had the quote unquote nice hair
She
that
had the
everybody
glow?
likes to say.
Yeah.
She had
Like, who's the master?
So basically, Madam C.J. Walker is basically like, yo, I want to, help you sell your hair grower product.
Hair crack.
You're right, the hair crack.
Right.
And the biracial shorty was like, nah, you don't have the look. And I was like, damn, it's like, and that type of mentality still go on today. Like, oh, you're too dark, or you're too this to be that. And that, to me, I've heard that all my life. Oh, you're too light skinned to be black, or you're too brown skinned to be anything else. Like,
Didn't Drake say that in one of his rhymes? Like, I'm not black enough here. I'm not black enough.
It happens. Me and my sister, we both go through it. My sister more so because she has a more like exotic and quote unquote Spanish look. But people tend to forget that us as
sorry.
People tend to forget that us as black people can really look like anything. When we're albino, we could be super light skinned with blonde, blue eyes. Like
That's what's dope about our culture.
Yeah, we can like
a lot of shades,
exactly
different looks.
And so, like, that's the struggle I had growing up and, like, trying to prove my blackness, even though I grew up in a 100% black home and I know all the slang. I'm from the hood. People still didn't see me as black. There was always the mixed girl, the girl with the nice hair. And it's like, nah, I'm black. That's all I'm repping. You know what I'm saying?
But your parents aren't mixed, right? They both black.
I mean, my dad, he's from Trinidad. And so, out there, that Taino, he's a Taino.
That's a mixed bag.
So he's already, like, foreign. And then my mom, she's our slave named Buchanan. We have Irish and German in our blood, so it's like, yeah, we mixed, but at the same time we was raised black, because it don't matter how much you mix white into your bloodline, you're gonna always be black to them. And so that's how you're treated, and then that's how you grow up. Like, okay, well, they treat me like I'm black, you know what I'm saying? And that's like the issue. That's
So you more so gravitate to your, I guess, African American roots as opposed to your German
I don't even know that side. Like that's the
You got to
slavery.
tap into that. You know,
You
you
know what
might
I
you might find another
I'm
level.
not tapping into it.
You might have a trust fund somewhere. If you don't want her, I'll take it. Trust.
Gladly.
I mean, well, I mean, just to piggyback off of what you said, for when it comes to most of the situation through this topic that we came up with, it was yes, we were bored, we're in the house, we're quarantined, we're watching Netflix, and we're seeing a lot of things pop up. Players Club just dropped on Netflix. Watch that.
Lisa Ray, I love you. Lisa Ray, I love you.
Watching Madam
I got a tip for
CJ.
you.
I'm so sincere.
Watching Madam CJ Walker, which it seems like most females have watched. They're not guys. Y'all do need to get into it because there is a male. The males go through it too. Like the husband that was
Blair
in
Underwood
there.
plays him, right?
Is it?
That's Blair Underwood. That's playing the lead male in that, right?
I don't remember.
That's the
his
angry
name.
black guy who we hate every time he in Tyler Perry movies. He
Yes.
always doing something.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's the one
One of
that's
them?
him.
Yeah.
So
Yo no say.
anyway, he's in there and he's married to Madam CJ Walker, and she's black. She's heavyset. She's dark skinned, and most of the people who work for her, they look the same thing. It was she created a company. It was for us, by us,
Right.
and he didn't really have no place into it. So this was kind of where it showed this was a woman's world, and this man was just sitting here.
He was just paying rent.
Nothing. It's just his name.
Right.
And he was helping her with her business, but he felt like less of a man because of it.
But that was
and
his
it goes
business.
into it.
Yeah, and that's when it goes into the light skin and the dark skin complex, because one of her highest
The
sellers
war.
was a light skinned African American girl,
Mhm.
and she was younger, and he ended up talking to her, and that's where the whole affair started. And
So it's
he
beef.
does he does advertisement, and he was trying to come up with an advertisement for her hair products. All the while, he just wanted her to love him and pay more attention. So it was like he kept trying to stop her from, babe, we're good. We don't need no more. She's like, no, there's more. I want more. I have to talk
She
to
got
men.
more too.
And she went in there, and it was how men,
She was getting
black
sick.
men, were not trying to deal with her. They wanted to speak to another black man, and she felt her man wasn't good enough to handle those conversations, which proved right, because when he had to get her the deal through what is his name?
I know who you're talking about. He was scared though.
Yeah, and
My son
it
was
didn't
good.
work out that way. So the girl ended up, the light-skinned girl who initially saved Madam CJ Walker, and she started selling the hair crack for her, basically got with Madam CJ Walker's highest seller, who was a light-skinned girl, and that's the light-skinned girl who started messing with CJ Walker himself, and they tried to steal basically her business. It was like, how is it that we're all of the same color and we're trying to bring them down?
That was the thing about the show that was like, damn, like this is what's
Right.
going on still.
And he left her for the light skinned girl and tried to make her logo a light skinned, slim girl. After the whole beginning, he's like, you're beautiful. Don't let
Right.
nobody tell you different.
Exactly.
And I'm like, but this is what men do
But
on a regular.
right.
Sorry, but we're talking about this movie.
Here we go, y'all.
They said, hey, you're beautiful. It don't matter about none of them. And I turn around and you outside kissing little Shirley Temple. And you trying to make her the face of
Who drinks
my
product.
product. You get what I'm
Those
saying?
aren't bad, actually. You add some cherries in that thing.
I don't
Yeah.
eat cherries.
Yeah.
So did he like fall in love? I guess with.
It was never love. It
It was
was
lust.
yes.
It was
Oh,
Because
he
she
was-
left him anyway.
He wanted the fixation. He liked the fixation of how she looked, as opposed to Madam.
Yes, but I don't feel like that was number one reason. That was the number two reason. The number one reason was this black woman wanted something for her own, and I'm
Right.
gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. If I have to
And he-
neglect cooking for this man,
Yeah.
that's fine.
And
This
he
man
didn't
should
get
know
it.
how to cook. He was like, "You're my wife. You're
He's still
supposed
in
to."
that mentality.
Where
like,
she was the one making the money. She kept moving. She kept getting the house. She
Mhm.
kept getting the workers. His father, I presume it was his father, was like, "That's not your business." He could have picked up a knack and figured out something. He could have been a ball
Along the
runner.
way,
You
something.
feel me?
Right.
While
He
she
could've-
was
yeah.
doing this, he didn't do that. He chose to ride her horse, and you get mad because you're doing too much. Let's stop. We have enough. And she's like, it's never gonna be.
So you had to ride that
Enough.
wave.
right.
Go to the left and.
She is
I
the
can't.
first. She is the first female millionaire to ever exist, and she's black.
Records.
So I guess going into that point, this is about a woman who did have to raise a light-skinned daughter and do things on her own. You can relate, not the light-skinned daughter part, but
Yeah. My mom, I got 3 siblings, so growing up, my mom is, for the most part, single black mother. So, I done seen her go through a lot. Struggles, good times, bad times. I didn't want to call it flip it. I seen her make a way for us every single day, every single night, every single holiday, come through in the clutch with no help. So I know, black women go through a lot in this country, and since, like you said, since Madam C.J. Walker days till now, they're still going through a lot, struggles, not being respected enough, and it's got to end at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are very much the backbone. A lot of households, a lot of things that function in this country, and y'all don't get the respect y'all deserve. So for me, seeing my mom go through a lot of stuff, even to this day, being black, a young black male in the hood, one of her biggest worries was me going outside or going somewhere, coming back at a dark time, making it home safe. Whether I got to run into a gang, a random dude on the block, dealing with cops. So she's always worried about me getting home safe, me, my brothers, my sister getting home safe. But she, I know how she is with me and my brothers just in the daily life, you know what I'm saying? So growing up, it ain't easy for black women. It's not easy. It hasn't been, and it's still not to this day. You got to tip your hat to a lot of black women out there, whether they're single, mothers, together in a big family or not. You got to tip your hat and show them some love and give them a hand clap real quick. Because without y'all, a lot of stuff wouldn't be possible. A lot of things wouldn't be running how they run.
And just to piggyback, I'm sorry, to piggyback of what you said about them not getting credit. A lot of I want to say black households with single, mothers. If you have one sibling, two, I think the mother puts on she has to the role of like a superwoman. Because even when she struggles, you'll never see it. Like,
she can't show that.
My mom is a thug.
So it's like, oh, Christmas comes around, she might tell a little lie like, oh, I don't got it, babe, I don't got it, hon. But deep down, it's okay. Even though you want that game, you want that toy, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, she's going to do what she has to do. It might not be on Christmas, it might be after.
To put a smile on your face.
If you celebrate Kwanzaa, it might be after Kwanzaa. But she will come through in the clutch anytime. And, we got to appreciate that because I had both my parents in my household. So I really can't relate on that aspect. And they did what they had to do for me, whether it was a day or two later, they still done it. And I respect them for that because I could have nobody. A lot of people don't have anybody. So you got to respect your parents, your single black mothers, your mothers, period. Mother's Day is coming up, definitely. So I want to shout out all the mothers in advance.
I love you, mommy. I love you.
Love you, mom.
I love you,
Mama.
So I guess I'm gonna be the bad guy at this table.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't seem like it's the right time. I did have a change of heart this week, but I'm still gonna stick to my point of how I feel. I do feel like our black people use our blackness as an excuse for everything. We use it for every single thing, and I feel like
what do you
y'all
mean
gotta
by
stop.
Use an excuse.
One thing I feel like when it comes to us dealing with cops, I feel like we're like, oh, automatically we come off on defensive, no matter how we say, whether you may show it or you may not. When anybody gets stopped, pulled over, or asked a question from a cop and they're black, I guarantee you they shaking in their boots for whatever reason. And we're always going to be on defense. Where it's like, hey, this is a regular person. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like it's like, oh, well, I'm a target. And it's, bro, they could have just simply been asking you, yo, you got nice sneakers on. I actually witnessed that yesterday. And
I mean, and I hear what you're saying, but at the same token, whose fault is that really?
that's us. That's us and our mindset. Times have changed. Your mind needs to change. We need to be more open. You got to stop being so closed off. Not everybody's a villain in the situation.
I agree.
And you'll never know that until you talk to somebody.
I agree.
And most of the people who do take you down end up being your own people. So we scared of the wrong people, to be honest. Because when we need help, that's the first people we look to. And then, yes, we get upset because we feel like, yo, you're not doing your job quick enough. And then what do we go do? We're gonna go do some black stuff. We're gonna go retaliate. And it's like, grow up. We gotta get over that.
You know, this specific thing that that you're talking about, it could be dissected in so many ways. Because like, yes, you're right, but we're all right about how we feel about it, and it's so that in itself sucks because it's like your perspective is just as valid as the next man who's scared of the police because he probably got beat down on last week. You feel me? So it's just like, yo, this is so crazy because all the while I know great cops and I have great cop friends.
Same here.
But at the same time, I've been harassed and bothered by cops, and so it's like, this sucks.
I think it's that you just can't let. Most of the time, it's not even our trauma. It's somebody else's trauma. And that somebody else's trauma is our family's trauma. And they're telling us, and when stuff is taught, hate is taught, colorism is taught. We're taught that cops are separate people from us. We're not even taught that they're people. We're taught that they're separate from us. But it's like when you really look at it, what's the difference between a cop and a firefighter? Why we don't hate on the firefighters? We always lighting up hot combs in our house.
I know a reason
I don't
why.
get it.
I know a reason why. We don't fight that the firefighters because...
But they're still of the same family.
Absolutely right, but they don't do the same things.
Because they don't have to.
I see cops beating up on us just for no reason, just off GP.
And here's where this is going to come into that.
You're not hitting us with the hose.
To be honest with y'all, well, back in the days, they was. So if you want to be technical, firefighters did have a lot to do with that. They was out there with those wires with the hose. So I'm just trying to figure out what's different.
Well, nowadays, we don't see firefighters in our social media or videos that are attacking and harassing us.
Putting out these houses and saving tigers out of windows that black people is keeping in there. Look, so that's all I'm saying.
That's the point. Firefighters are doing their job. NYPD is not. They're just harassing.
So this is not an NYPD thing. That was just a prime example of, you asked for an example. I gave you that example. So now, of course, this week something did occur. Forgive me for not being so well versed because I am an essential worker. I am at work. I have bits and pieces when I'm paying attention to social media. The young man who was jogging and a citizen's arrest was done by two of our fellow people down there.
Gotta fix that. That was not a citizen's arrest.
Well, that was the quote that was there. I did dissect that, but to be honest, it's kind of like that situation changed my mind, but that's people. That's not even law enforcement. You get what I'm saying? That this is general people, and again, this is in a southern. If I'm accurate, was this not in a southern state?
It was in Georgia, right?
I think
if I'm not mistaken, I think it was in Georgia.
Home of Chicken and Waffles, where y'all watch Love and Hip Hop and all this other stuff at.
Chicken and Waffles.
Where we too busy doing things like that we miss that. So excuse me if I still feel the way that I feel. Where it's like we're still using our blackness as an excuse. Y'all chose yesterday to argue over Tekashi 6ix9ine and so many other things was going on this week. And whatever that stupid video was you was watching when this was happening. You get what I'm saying? So to me, I feel like it's an excuse. It's like when y'all ready to be like, oh man, this is crazy. Y'all want to, black people, shut up because it's Saturday and everybody's trying to get these ones and this man probably had a whole family. You get what I'm saying? We pick and choose when we want to do that. And if you're going to be black, you're going to be black all of the time. That means from beginning to end, pick and choose your points. And I feel like that right there is how I feel when it comes to that. And I feel like we also use that when it comes to the N-word. We will be doing an episode on this and it's going to get more in depth. I 110% agree. The N-word is a bad word based on its history. But today, it's not. Let it go. You got so many rappers, so many other people saying it, and that's when y'all choose to be black. And go, I don't support them. But you already supported them 10, 20, 13 songs in. You knew that they was this way. You knew that we're the culture that they're trying to get to. So it's just like, let it go. I get it harbors feelings, but the feelings that it harbor, we were not there from that. So my point from before was our trauma when it does comes to cops or anything of the sort, that was learned upon. Y'all learned about slavery. Y'all learned so many other points from it. You were not there. None of us was not there. What we're going through now, we're going through the aftermath and the transition, and we're still holding on to what other people have told us, and we're using that to be like, this is why this is going on today. No, change it. Each era went through a different time. So I feel like that word no longer holds any weight.
Slavery still exists.
Anything. It still exists, but it doesn't exist also with us. And half the time, we're the people that's creating it. How many times do y'all say things about Mexican people? Chinese people? So that's, again, y'all are using that as an excuse. You're not getting your 40 acres and a mule. It's time. Go out there and build your own stuff. Let it go. Let it go.
Anyway.
I'm just saying. No, because we're too busy buying Hummer trucks and paying for these proms for our kids that now they can't even have now because of a whole disease.
I don't know who buys Hummers.
So I'm just saying. Well, right on my block on Gates Avenue, we do that. We want to make sure our kids is good. The things we ain't never had, single black moms, you're going to get that. You're going to get a pink Hummer on your prom night, baby girl, because you made it out of high school. You feel me? That's a lot of things that we can't say that we do. That's a black, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the successes we're doing. That's all I'm saying. So all this other minor stuff that's going to stop us from getting to where we have to go, bruh, let it go.
I feel like we have a part in that, but sometimes we do pick and choose when we want to be, I guess, black, quote unquote, when we want to come together. And if we can, like everybody say, come together like the Asian culture or maybe the Jewish culture, we can be a very strong culture, but it starts with us.
Of
Because
course.
I feel like it's an egotistical thing
Yep.
where, oh, I'm better than you, or he can't have this. Why we can't just work together? And we always say that.
Crabs in the barrel.
We always say,
mentality,
let's
man.
work together,
Yeah.
but we're really not
But that
working
ties
together.
back
Yeah.
into the Madam C.J. Walker like that whole
Right.
Mhm, that's
situation
what
that
it
was
is.
happening
So
in the show.
when is
Yeah.
it like we're gonna break that cycle? And the way things are going now, when we come together, it's just like a funeral. When somebody passes away, unfortunately, we got something nice to say. Oh, everybody shows up. Well, what happened? Why you didn't come to my house the day before? You know where I live. You understand?
I
And
haven't seen you in years.
right. So it
Takes
goes
a
back to the
funeral to
fact
bring us
of
together.
you see, as something small as family can come together, as a people,
Imagine.
it's looking real
And
slick.
that's another point that I want to bring up as well. Like, the black family is so very important. Who you choose to wed and who you choose to have kids with is so very important because it starts at home. The way you believe, the way you think, all that stuff starts at home. If you have the right person that you're marrying and having kids with, then that would never be an issue because whatever y'all build inside your home is going to now expand out into your community, and y'all could set that example. We are not there yet as a people, and we need to start being there. We need to start actually, picking and choosing people that are good for us rather than
We need to learn people.
Way.
Stop getting with her because she
That
has
ass
a
is
big
fat.
breast. She has a fat behind.
She has a
She
big
has
breast?
a big
That would be weird.
account.
She said a big breast. I'm like,
Or because he plays basketball. Or because he's gonna get a deal because he coaches people. Start looking at people. Start realizing the toxicity that's within these
That's a
people.
fact.
Stop
For real.
Stop accepting to be a baby mama. Stop
For
it.
real.
Or a baby father. You are more than that. Once you start doing those things and you start building what we call generational wealth, we'll be fine. We won't have to stand online fighting for Jordans. That should be a leisure. It should just be, okay.
And stop getting married for Facebook statuses too. Think we don't see y'all. We see y'all. Taking the fucking phone. We see y'all. Stop getting married for statuses and pictures. And get married for a genuine, real reason. And be thoroughbred about it. You love your partner, know your
Look
partner.
at his face.
I'm not married. She was giving me the third degree. I felt it like the Kobe death stare.
A lot of y'all out here doing it for that.
I'm not
All
married.
that fake clout.
I thought you was throwing me a shot because I do coach basketball. Shout out to my girls, my history girls.
Woo, 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 woo.
Hi, ladies.
I miss y'all. The question is, we saying all that. It sounds good. It sounds good, but when? That's the
Now,
topic.
it should
That
be
needs to happen
right.
ASAP.
Listen, man,
It should be
if
right
y'all want
now.
to start, go to YouTube, type in Brooklyn Balance, subscribe, like, comment,
Not
follow,
like what they
go to
already
Instagram, Brooklyn Balance, BKLYN.balance.
But on a lighter
Follow,
note,
comment, like, love.
we want to talk about, because I feel like there's situations amongst us that we all say here we black and we proud, but
It's a fact.
what does it take to really be black? Like,
Right.
So I'm gonna chime in on that. And you know how, black cultures, different things we do, we may not do.
We come from a lot. We come with a lot.
Right. And we have what we call a black card.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a funny topic because you can be as black as you want. You can be as black as Forrest
Yes,
Whitaker's
sir.
lips.
Right.
But it's certain things that I've done or haven't done that people criticizing my family, my friends, that they took my black card. And it's like,
I gotta hear this.
so I'm gonna just go down a few items.
Yeah, I gotta hear this.
Mama, please don't shame me. Mother's Day is tomorrow. So one, I like grits. My cousin gets on me all the time about this. I'll put sugar on my grits, everybody.
and it's revoked.
I'm sorry. Like,
Why
it
do y'all
tastes
eat
good.
grits in the
It's
first
not
place? That's
farina. It's not
disgusting.
porridge. I love
Thank
porridge.
you.
I'm Caribbean.
Why do y'all eat grits?
Please, relax.
It's like a bunch of book.
Right, I get it. It's good, I guess.
Ah,
It tastes good.
Listen,
I don't
yeah,
do it all the
grits.
time.
I don't
So
do the
grits
porridge.
goes back again to a slave time where that was sometimes all that you had, and that is rice grains that you just learned to put together.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that was. And
When
how
I put
you
it together
finessed it was
with
how
sugar-
you finessed it. Then the Caribbean had their porridge. Grits is porridge. Just understand that. It's the same exact
Same
thing.
thing.
Wheat Tina, they just put wheat in the grits. It comes in different derivatives.
It's
That's all
nasty.
it is.
It's all good to me.
nasty. It's all
Next.
nasty. Big in
I don't
small
play
fry.
spades. So a lot of people, I go to people's houses, they're like, you don't play spades?
You know what's
Be on my
funny though?
team?
You know what's
Nah,
funny?
I don't.
I can't play spades either.
I can't play it neither.
I used to be good at spades, and then
Well, at least you knew how to play at some point. See me,
so that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
so
I can't do spect.
There's a few movies I haven't seen.
Pat
My people's get on me all the time. I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all out there. I haven't seen. I just seen The Players Club, by the way. Wow. I know it's been a long time coming, but I haven't seen Lean on Me.
And that's where your blackness gets revoked.
Take his card. Take his card. Take his card.
That is the episode
Take his card. Give me that.
No.
So let me tell you, when I was growing up, I just wanted to go outside.
You look like one of the characters in there. I can't front.
Just because I'm scruffy? Listen, ladies, I'm still out there, baby. I'm scruffy, but it's quarantine. You know what you do.
There's people doing house calls for haircuts. Don't listen to them. We have the
It's okay. I go to work and I go home. I'm not impressing anybody.
That's what
I haven't seen any of the house parties.
What?
Take his card. Take his card.
I know who Kid Play is. I know who Kid Play is.
Take his card.
No, you
Take his
don't.
card.
I know it.
And you never
but I don't know.
Nah, it's clip.
Get out.
You haven't seen no house party.
Well, okay, so
right.
for me, let's take the little hot seat over.
I eat collard greens though.
Hey.
And fried chicken.
You can't. I don't eat chicken.
Yeah, let me get your card too.
Not for me.
Let me get your card
Not
too.
eating chicken. I don't care how you do it. It can be fried, dyed, laid to the side, Popeyes. You gotta draw the line. How many types of chicken we gonna have? Let it go. Let it go. He's the most racist person ever. He done changed colors and logos so many times, and y'all still keep going there. All Popeyes guys, that black lady from Louisiana, y'all still.
That's mad. And it's mad Indians in the store working.
That's not even black owned. You got a whole black face.
You been. See,
that's
we just had a topic about that.
We just said we was going on from that, and this is where it starts. And he said start immediately. A movie I haven't seen that they definitely did get on me about. Shotters. I just can't.
That's not what
I my brother.
I can't look.
Shotters, like come
That's
on.
racist too.
I feel
that
like
was in the movie. It was in the movie.
I can't
if I seen Bad Boys, why can I not see Shotters?
Win.
Wait.
You're putting me on the spot. Win.
I can't take a black card for that though. I don't gotta take a black card for that.
You can't take it for
Who
that.
didn't see a thin line between love and hate?
I seen that, but
you can just take the card. I mean, fuck it. Like,
Have you seen all of the Martin comedies? Do you know who Richard Pryor is?
I know who Richard Pryor is. I know who Eddie Murphy is. Red Fox. I actually met Red Fox in a hotel in Chicago.
Oh wow.
Years ago.
Look, see. But
so I get that back.
I do.
No,
not yet. Not yet.
No.
I do feel like just to, piggyback off of our blackness. Everybody has different parts of them that make them black. But I think more for us to identify with that, we need to start paying more attention to these black holidays. We need to be more entwined with most of our prior black leaders. Like, there's a lot that people don't know. Blackness is just not hip-hop. There's more to us. Yeah. There's more that you guys need to know, that you guys need to understand. Agreed. We do need to, yes, I understand. Y'all go to the Kwanzaa crawl. Ooh, liquor. No. Get in tune with that. Learn Kwanzaa. We need to let Christmas go.
And continue to support those businesses after the crawl is over. They give you a list of all those for a reason.
That's it.
I've done it.
Shout out to Team AA. That's the team I was on, man. Shout outs to us, man. We turned up in Brooklyn.
Also, we need to make sure that we're taking more part in the heart of our culture. And they brought it up in Madam C.J. Walker, which is Harlem. Yeah. They have the Harlem Day Parade. Stop going to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. We love y'all.
Why you pointing at me?
To stop going out there, because I'm half Puerto Rican, so it's okay. Yeah. But you gotta get in touch with that Harlem. We go in there to go. Oh, let's go get these other Suavementes. No, it's not a lot of us at this Harlem Day
and
parade.
At the same time, during that time when the Harlem Day Parade is going on, there's also a lot of black events happening in that park on 135th and St. Nick. A lot of black events. They have, they play house music, they serve food. Right. It's like a whole party. People selling nutcrackers. It's
before 106 and Park, there was Apollo. We need to get back to that. We missing out on these places. So, if you really don't want your black card to get revoked, y'all gotta really get more into these things.
If my card is taken, what am I?
If you want to get it back,
you're gray.
Can I be
almondy?
You're gray.
You want to be almondy brown?
Almondy. Ladies, I'm out there. I'm almondy, baby. Come on. Send them.
You would need shea butter for that. Shea butter and black soap. We got to get more into that. Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. And since we do got a little bit more time, we are doing this in quarantine time. We have our mask on the table. We are taking these precautions. We don't want y'all to feel any way.
And I'm selling these $20, baby. I'm trying to get this money in quarantine. $20. All right?
I ain't wearing no mask.
Thorough.
Listen, I ain't wearing no mask. Iron Man. I don't get
Listen,
corona.
let's just stay true to ourselves and our people, and rest in peace to those 2 young men that we did lose this week. Don't let Tekashi fool y'all, get y'all blinded. But on a lighter note, we are flipping the script when it now comes to our episodes. So everything you guys do need a balance. So right now, this was the serious side to Say Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. Next, we're going to give y'all the flip side to that. How would your mamas feel about this interracial dating? Stay tuned on our next episode.
Mama.